Okay, so my name is Katie, and I'm an aerospace engineering major, but I'm in charge of the coding, I know. Optitrack is one of, right now, largest or one of the most important ones in motion capture. It works with the software, motion capture software, and it also have high-speed cameras that can localize whatever rigid body you want to or skeleton. So that is a little picture of actually how it looks. Motif, that is the software it works in. So okay, the code that we are working in is actually divided into 3 portions. The first portion is the localization portion. That is the one that actually takes the information from the cameras that Optitrack is sending for Motif. That you can see it here in this portion. This is Motif. And then here you can see the actual code, and then it will give us a result of the actual position of the robot. After it, we will see the controller. That is the portion that it takes that information in of the exact position of the robot that is given by the cameras by Motif, and then we take that information in and generate the controller that is the one that is in charge of calculating the exact velocity of the wheels that is going to run the robot in. After that, then it goes the communication part. That is the one in charge of sending from the GPU to the motor controller the information exactly. So working with this, I had to work with 3 languages. We all start with the controller portion. The controller portion was already designed in MATLAB, so I had to start fresh in MATLAB, never used it before, and I had to generate a code into C++. The reason we had to move to C++ were, first of all, MATLAB is really expensive to manage and to have that license. And second of all, and most important, is that the jet set that we were working with only works under Linux environment. So we can only use whether it's Python or C++. So after finally generating the code from MATLAB to C++, that was a whole learning there, a lot of issues there, but we got it to run and working. We got it running. C++, we move on into the localization portion. So we had the middle part, we move up into localization. When we get to the localization, as I mentioned before, Optitrack gives you the software and the code itself. But when you're using C++, as I said, we can only run it in a Linux environment. Optitrack, so nice, only works under a Microsoft environment of C++. So that is a whole different issue. We had to change and rearrange, and it will take too much time. So we made the decision to move on into Python. That was the other language that we can use. So we need to go back, move on the controller that was already in C++, and move it to Python, and then move up into localization portion and use Python, the Python code. Fun fact, the Python code is not working correctly, even by Optitrack, because Optitrack only allows Microsoft C++. So it is working with a broken code, try to make it work and make it run. And so far we are using that to make it work. So one of the biggest skills I learned is learn from scratch 2 languages, but also the versatility that I think any engineer needs to have. It is important because even though I did not have the answer for that, I did not have the solution with the knowledge I had to move on and be versatile to the environment and make the change, because that was where the solution was, and I think it's very important.
Hey baby, no, oh, no ves que me estoy muriendo porque un ratito me regales tu atención. Oh, estoy perdido en ese azul de tus ojos.
Hey baby, no, no ves que me estoy muriendo porque un ratito me regales tu atención. Estoy perdido en el azul de tus ojos, nena, maldición.